Hey Virgos, Happy New Year and happy 2022. I hope that things are going well for you guys in the start of this new year. We're going to do a little forecast for you and see what big things that you might need to focus on over the next year or so. So let's jump right in. All right. So this is interesting. Off the break, your person, your worry doll that represents you, got stuck in the basket. So we'll see what exactly that means for you guys. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we've got a few things going on. So we have our starter piece right here. This is the Moldavite. So what we're seeing around you for what looks like the spring into the summertime, that there is going to be something related to your house, your home, that you are going to sort of feel a little bit trapped, a little bit restricted. It could have to do with some sort of investment that you've made. It could be in purchasing a house, and maybe you feel stuck right now, but there's some sort of constraints that you might be dealing with in the warmer months of the year. We also have the cat eye shell right here that really indicates that you'll be able to see things clearly. So you'll figure out a way to sort of navigate through and release yourself from whatever this constriction is, whatever this restraint is. And we also see here with the badger bone that there's an element of persistence, right? That any task can be achieved, any obstacle can be overcome. So just make sure that you sort of stay focused, so that you can free yourself from whatever this sort of feeling of being stuck, feeling of being trapped is. Now, moving on to what's inside the hematite bracelet, and there is a ton going on for you guys in here. There seems to be a bit of internal conflict. It almost feels like where you're not particularly keen on opening yourself up to other people. So there's an element here of sort of transformation that you might undergo when it comes to your dealings with others. It almost feels like, Virgo, that once upon a time you may have been a little bit punchy with other folks, where you didn't necessarily show your true self to them. And so this feels like a little bit of you stepping out of your shell, stepping out of your comfort zone almost, and opening up to people around you who might be able to give you the types of relationship that you're looking for. And I feel like this has more to do with sort of platonic relationships, as opposed to anything else. Which is super interesting because over here we have the bubble shell that represents friendships. And right next to that, we have it with the seahorse, that sort of strength and resilience and bravery and confidence. We also have that next to the bell, which represents happiness. We have your spirit guides looking favorably on it. So I think for you, friendships, Virgo, are going to be pretty important coming into 2022. And this looks like you might need to open yourself up a little bit to other people. It feels like there's not necessarily a need for you to shield yourself from them. there's not really a need for you, I think, to protect yourself to the extent that you have been protecting yourself previously. Now, looking at your health over the next year, there's a sense of you starting to have to clean things up a little bit. There's something that's going on that you may not have identified just yet, but your ancestors are kind of looking in like, yep, make sure that you do right by your body. So if you haven't gotten a physical in a while, make sure to go get a checkup. If something's been bothering you, make sure that you go get it looked at, because we want you to be healthy. But there are some things I think that need to be cleaned up a little bit for you guys. Now, there's a little bit of work element that's involved in here with your career. We have the thimble on its side, which means that things could be a little bit shaky when it comes to your career, but doesn't seem like there's a big reason to worry. We have a buffalo tooth that symbolizes prosperity. So whatever challenges that you might be experiencing, it'll be fine. It'll be okay. You'll be able to take care of yourself and all of that good stuff. And again, we saw some challenges down here to begin with in the start of your reading that looked at, your home and ability to sort of sustain yourself. Some finances are mixed up in there as well. So ride it out. It'll be okay. It's going to work out. You'll be able to see things clearly and what it is that you need to do to move forward, to make sure that you're able to take care of yourself. So now moving to this little cluster right here, there's not much going on in the fall. Again, outside of what we've sort of seen between the summer and going into the winter, it might be when these challenges come up for you. So just make sure that you stay aware, make sure that you stay thoughtful, because it does look like a few things are going to come up. They'll be okay in the end, but it's still important for you to make sure that you maintain yourself in the meanwhile. So looking here, we have the snake vertebra and we also have the turtle bone. So this is going to require a little bit of flexibility, I think, for you to navigate through this situation. But there is, again, an outcome that's going to be positive for you. This is just, I think it feels like one of those little speed bumps, that we encounter in life every now and again, but things do work out fine in the end. Related to all of this, it absolutely feels like there's someone who may be trying to block an opportunity for you. And so I feel like this is what might be happening between the spring and the summer. That sort of trickles for a couple of months and then gets resolved by winter time. So, just Virgo, keep an eye on the people around you. Again, everything is going to be fine. We see that with the cameo here, but just make sure that you cross your T's and dot all of your I's when it comes to communicating with other people, especially when it comes to your sort of work life. Again, we saw a little bit of rockiness up there, but things work out fine for you, that you're going to be able to navigate your way through it. But understand that it seems like there's somebody here who might not be on the up and up. So keep an eye on people, follow your intuition, because they might be blocking a potential blessing for you. So just make sure that you keep a watch out for that. Other than that, Virgo, things are looking good. It looks like your money's going to be fine. It looks like your friendships are going to grow. You're going to be more open with people. Again, make sure you keep an eye on your health just to make sure that nothing's wrong and you stay in a good place, stay in good shape. But that's what we've got for you for the year. Those are the big things that jumped out. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. And in the meanwhile, stay safe and healthy. And I am sending you all huge hugs.